What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sredwards here. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are jumping right back into the Stanley Parable. Now, last episode or whatever, I've realized a little too late that the audio was like overpowering my voice and everything that I was trying to do. So I think I fixed it, so we're going to see how it goes this round. I should have checked it, but I never did. I just kind of, I should have called it an editing, but I just sent it. I didn't want to go back and do the video, you know. So hopefully I fixed it this game. There is a new series coming. You guys have probably already seen it, depending on how I uploaded everything. But it's that Batman. So
this is the story of a man named
yeah, I've already seen all that. So I really hope you guys are gonna enjoy that series. I'm doing the whole
All of his
game.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, so last
Stanley
time
decided to go to the meeting
I didn't
room.
listen
Perhaps
to
he had
anything
simply
he
missed a
had to
memo.
say. This time, I am going to listen to everything he has to say.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
So
doors,
I know he wants me to go
entered
through
the
here.
door on his left.
Okay. Oh, this must be the door that reconnects him from the other side.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Huh. Everybody just kind of disappeared. Oh! The door actually opened.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. Nah. Okay, hold on. Do you say something?
There was nothing here. No
Ah.
choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Alright, whatever.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
But what happens if I go downstairs? Oh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss,
how's this
admitting
card
he
get
had
out
left
here?
his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
What?
And then
What?
something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
What about this
None of it
looping?
made any logical
What did I do?
sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Yeah,
No,
they are.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers
It's
weren't
going a
actually
room
gone.
shorter each time,
He
I
wasn't
think.
going to lose
Hold
his
on.
job. He wasn't
This
crazy
room?
after all. And he thought to himself,
room?
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back
Wait,
to my
that's a room
boring
shorter, I
real-life
feel
job
like.
pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, no.
Then he
Oh,
imagined
no.
himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
Oh,
and it too
whoa.
appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And when
Wow.
he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay. Well, we're still here. Yep. We are
Stanley began
still
screaming.
here.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who
got rid
am
of the
I?
parking garage.
And everything went black.
Oh. Got rid of the parking garage. Oh, I really like the car.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, whoa.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Textures are pretty dog on this game, though. I ain't gonna lie, but it's a great game, though. Doesn't take away from it. Alright.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Okay. Input received. Did I just... What? What? Can I do anything about this? How do I... That's wicked. Can I do it over here? Oh. No, not quite. There has to be a reason the game lets me do this. On top of the desk? You can't jump in this game. I could make it around the whole map if I wanted to.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Entering all these doors, making my head
Yet there was
spin.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming
so
to
we
a
gotta go
staircase,
up.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, boss. Boss! What's over here? Executive bathroom? Bet you that looks nice. Oh, my assistant. Oh, there's something in there. You can see through the doors. Alright, so the assistant's gone, the boss is gone. Why am I...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley
This is
wondered
a
in
hell of an
disbelief
office.
who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Where?
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Oh.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. This is where we all disappeared to? Go down? Imagine if something started chasing you right there. Oh, this brings back kind of Outlast vibes when I murdered the shit out of that doctor. I mean, yeah, this is a great game. This elevator reminds me of nothing.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Hello? Oh no. Oh, looks like we're stuck down here.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Mind
Control
control
Facility.
facility. Oh. Well, this... But it says... Okay, we're just gonna do it.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh no! That's... I knew something like this.
The door
was gonna
behind
happen.
him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No, it's definitely...
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Okay. What is my death? The door shut. Oh. Just a fall? That's what my death was? Wow. Oh, no. Right.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
Oh,
demise,
that's my
he
death.
reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Great.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
Great.
His narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
That's terrible. Oh. Okay.
Farewell, Stanley,
Oh.
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. I'm alive. Can I go the way of the boxes, maybe? No. Huh. Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Great.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to
What
accomplish?
is this? And why does it look so nice?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh wow, that's the whole layout of the everything, and then the two doors. Two doors is a very concrete piece of the Stanley Parable design. The room was created. The rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of contradictions the room posed. Okay. So, office computers. So, this is just like everything on... yeah, this is just everything throughout the game. Like, this is almost kind of like the end of the game in a way. Like, it's like in-game content. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to win. Warzone? Huh. Warzone before Warzone was even made. The Stanley Parable is the OG Warzone. It's hard to read some of this stuff. How's the game going? I hope it's good or better than the first one. Okay, whatever. 427. Stanley's office. From the left to the right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time was created November 11th to the 2nd of March 2012 and the 3rd of February 2013. Oh, so how they changed it. I think it looks a lot better like that. Just all neat and everything. And then they made it all like this. Like, it's still neat all the way up until you kind of get to here. It's like, oh, and then the filing cabinets are open and stuff. I'd have been happy with just this simple design, though. Simple, straightforward. Right. So, where do I go now? Is there... Ah, an exit. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control
I could turn off the Stanley Parable?
How they both wish to be free.
Oh.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me.
Oh,
you can still save.
I gotta relive it.
You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Ah! I will begin the game again. Yeah, I don't want Stanley to die. He's a good guy.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his
Alright, everything's back to normal.
Well by himself,
that was a
constantly needed
crazy part of the game.
Others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And then I walk all the way into the meeting room, which I still find nobody.
There was not a single person
so then I go to the boss's office. Oh, I go to the boss's office and realize, hey, there's nobody there either. So then I enter the 2845 on the pin code. It opens the fireplace door, and then I go through there. But this time I don't go through the escape. I go to the regular thing, mind control.
Not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. that kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, not sure if this is copyright, so we're gonna have to talk through it just to be safe. This is a great music and it's such a vibe, but I just want to go through the fireplace. Look at all
Feeling
this
soothed
alcohol.
and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened
You
passageway.
can't fall through that? That's stupid. Alright, what's over here? Nothing. Okay. I was like, am I going anywhere? I couldn't quite tell. Alright. Down we go. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead
Mind
through the
control
large door
facility.
that read
Let's do it.
Mind Control Facility.
Let's do it. Let's do it to it. Let's do it to it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it to it. Push the button.
The lights rose on
Whoa!
an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
Oh.
did this place
Whoa.
hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to
Oh.
find out?
Okay. Yeah. What's the strength to find out? Let's do it. Boom.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh,
Their true
427,
nature
427,
revealed.
427,
Each
right
bore
here.
the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's
Found it.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on
Why
a
is this
screen.
room so dark?
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. I mean, what's the worst though? I mean, it's your job site or job place. They're just gonna see you picking your nose, I guess, right? Employee 427, right there. So what do I do now? Oh, move on. Okay, gotta go push another big button. Boop.
This mind control facility, it
Fired.
was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept
So only
it
one of them's
blindly?
been fired? Oh.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Oh.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Okay.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
That's
And
cool.
as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, so we're just gonna end it all, right? I mean, yeah. System power on. Oh. System power off? Question mark. What? Did I do it?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Huh.
He had won.
Huh.
He had defeated the machine.
Oh.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where
Yeah.
had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Oh,
But
am I
as
free?
sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking.
There's trees,
happiness.
birds, sky,
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
building,
No longer would
power
anyone
lines.
tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Yeah.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Okay. This is nice.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Yeah.
And Stanley was happy.
Cool. That's a good ending. Yeah, beat the game. I technically beat the game right there. Huh. Well, I think I'm going to leave this video here, though, because technically, I mean, that was the end of the game, technically. But I think I'm going to do one more part on it, and I'm just going to clear some endings that I missed throughout this part. So, like hitting the on button right there on that switch, maybe doing some different things with that escape and the mind control. There's a couple little things that I need to do still, but technically, I mean, I beat the game, technically. This is the ending. But I guess we'll go back and make another video on it and just show you guys all the endings that I missed. Not sure how you guys are liking it yet. I know the first video just kind of came out here recently, so seeing how you guys are taking all that in, and yeah, I guess if you like it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and even hit that little notification bell. That will always help. That will show you every time I upload. Even though you guys should already know, I upload every single day, night, whatever, midnight Central Time, every single day. So just stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you guys there. Peace.